Hey guys, today I wanted to talk about an accessory that's kind of overlooked most of the time and is almost a must-have. So going back to this product that I'm going to talk about, I think it's the best one that came out for 2017, and I think it's a perfect companion to the A7 series cameras. Now, I'll give you a little hint. The product has to do with this. So monitors and recorders have been out for quite a while. I've had this monitor here for about, I don't know, 7 years. It's a great monitor, great for composing shots. It had SDI in and out, HDMI, and it used the old Canon LP6 batteries, which was fantastic because it lasted for pretty long time. So one of the other type of monitors I used was this Z-Finder EVF, and I was using this when there was really too much light out. I would put my little eyepiece on there. I don't know if you guys remember this, but this thing I still use till today, and I use this actually in combination with my Ronin M. So I've been waiting for this actually since August. I did a pre-order and we finally got it in late September. I got to use it on the field. I love this monitor. I think it's really good addition, especially for the A7 cameras. Because of not having that flip-up screen and being able to shoot yourself, I think that's where these cameras are a little bit limited. And of course, I'm talking about the SmallHD Focus. I got the Sony bundle and it's great. I'm glad I did. Reason being is it helps power up my camera and have that additional power. Instead of having 1 hour battery, it's about 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours, depending, without using the actual input here, which goes into your camera as a dummy battery and powers your camera as well. It can solve the overheating issue. I've never had overheating issues, but some people do. So this is great, and it gives you about 2 hours on the camera itself, maybe a little over. But again, without it, you've got this thing, and I've had it run for 3.5 hours and it didn't die out, which is great. 3.5 hours on, it's amazing. I mean, I don't know, 3.5 hours on, it's pretty good. But my favorite part about this whole setup is how light now my rig is. I went from shooting on a big kind of studio rig using my cage, and this is fantastic for using in a studio environment when I need all the extras on there. And I'll show you what my A7S II has on right now and why a cage is so important for certain things and for productions. If you're using a follow focus or you're using a matte box and you're shooting outdoors, a bigger production, and you need all that and you need to lug it all around. The reality is though, for my day-to-day stuff, this is a bit too heavy. So having this right now just hooked up the way it is, super light. I love it with a light lens. It's a great combination. The issue with the Sonys have always been how this articulating arm just goes back and forth and it doesn't really go outside, and you can't kind of do a vlog or self-view or any of that. This together with this is fantastic. And I talked in my previous video about using this viewfinder here, this Eyecup that goes into the EVF, really helps your focus as well. It doesn't bother this, so I can actually still shoot with it and it's not hitting my head or anything else. Still feels very light. Secondly, I can put and attach my Rode mic on here, which keeps the kit fully ready to go. So what's great about this SmallHD monitor, it's small, tiny profile. It's pretty small. Now, if you could compare it to, let's say, a phone, this is the iPhone 6, and this is basically the same size as that, which is fantastic. Super small, can put it in your pocket. It's the slim form factor of it, the fact that it's so light, and that I can flip it around and use it to frame shots when I'm doing some personal interview stuff or I'm doing vlogging stuff where it's facing me. The Sony kit comes with the monitor, a battery, an input for the battery here. It comes with a few HDMI cables that actually secure in pretty well, from micro HDMI to a micro HDMI. There are many options with HDMI with this particular monitor. The fact that I can add LUTs and put it on an SD card, pop it in, and have these LUTs ready just so I can see what it's gonna look like prior to me editing this footage. And if I'm shooting specifically in the right lighting or I'm overexposing, underexposing, I get the idea right here on this monitor. Beyond the fact that it's a super sharp monitor, I love the fact that it can power the camera again, and I love the fact that it's got this design here, and the fact that I can take this off and use this with my A7RIII, which is this one, and I can use it with my A7SII, which is that one, and I can also use it with, this is the A6000. I love this camera. It's a great travel camera. It's a great day-to-day camera. I take this with me usually every single day. It's great for photos, 24 megapixel. This SmallHD monitor goes great with it. The only problem is if you're using one of these kind of mics that go on top, because the A6000 does not have a mic jack in, so I have to use this kind of mic. I'm losing audio when I use that. I don't mind it when I'm basically shooting B-roll, but again, remember that it takes away your audio, or at least any decent audio. Not that this is that great, but it's definitely better than the in-camera audio that you have now. Again, putting this on here, super simple, super lightweight. with a situation like this is crazy small. I used this the other day and it went into my jacket. I took the two pieces apart, had one in one pocket, one in the other, and I was good to go. And having that focus with this is phenomenal. Now, I don't know about the A6300 or the A6500. I think they have audio in, so that shouldn't be an issue. Maybe the A6300 doesn't. I'd have to check. I'll let you know and I'll put it up there. I wanted to talk about another camera where the monitor wasn't so great. So this is actually a really happy addition to this. And I'm talking about the Sony FS7 Mark II. What's great about this camera is you do have a monitor on board, but it's not as sharp as this SmallHD Focus. Now, the only issue that I found with this camera is that this camera, you hook up this SmallHD and try to disconnect the other monitor. I can't get the menus to come on to the SmallHD. That's about the only problem that I ran with this. But other than that, it's a great addition to any camera. So think about it. If you have 2, 3, 4 cameras, you can use this as you go on different cameras. And I think it's a great investment. Having the focus ability and such a clean, great daylight monitor. So as for 2017, I think this is the best accessory you're gonna get for any camera that's gonna help you out. Now this works with Canon cameras as well, and the Sony cameras and the GH5. Please leave any comments if you had experiences with this monitor, and tell me if you love it, hate it, okay with it, let me know. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'd like to make a few more videos and I'm gonna continue talking about different products, things that I really love, and just get more into editing, post-production, and some other things, and maybe add some daily stuff that I do. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you wish. We really appreciate the comments and we appreciate you watching. So thank you so much for watching us again.